Air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I want to take a look at your biggest fear, the biggest fear that you have right now in your life. What is your biggest fear? Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light on what I need to see for my air signs. What's their biggest fear right now, currently? King of Swords. Remember, swords represent your element, which is air. Okay, this came reversed. I feel like, being that this came reversed, you may have a fear of being misunderstood. Okay, you're someone who can easily communicate. You have a gift of communication and being able to be precise and clear and straight to the point. One of your fears is being misunderstood. Tell me more about this King of Swords. And another fear that you have, more swords, guys, air. This is the Seven of Swords. Okay, you have a fear that someone will lie to you, will cheat on you, will cheat you in some way, that someone will get over on you. That's your biggest fear in life, you know, and I feel also in your relationships as well. But even, let's put the relationships to the side. You fear being tricked, bamboozled, you know. On this card, this character is getting away with stealing. And you see how they're looking back to make sure they don't get caught. You have a fear of being on the other end of this, someone getting over on you, you know, and right up under your nose. You don't want to be in that position ever. And that's one of your biggest fears. Okay, I want to take, because I wrote it down, guys. I actually wrote the questions down. Your biggest strength. What is your biggest strength? Air signs. This is for Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Oh, wow. Knight of Wands. You're someone who's very passionate, driven, ambitious. You know, you have a fire up under your ass. Okay, under your ass, there's a fire, I have to tell you. So you are somebody who, you don't need anyone to push you. You push yourself, literally, every single day. You motivate yourself. You know, you do have people that you look up to, but more so, your mentality is like you against you. Okay, is what I'm getting. Now, I'm an air sign in some aspect. I'm a Libra sun, so... But I'm also fire, so I have Leo rising, and this is a fire energy here. So some of you could have fire in your chart, just like me, okay, with the wands. Wands represent fire. Represents your goals. You have a lot of goals for yourself. You're not someone who's lazy, somebody who just sits up and is comfortable laying in bed all day doing nothing. You will feel so bad just doing absolutely nothing with your time, wasting your own time. So, you know, one of your biggest strengths is just how motivated you are and how driven you are in life. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands, Spirit. Oh, wow. Look. More swords, guys. Look. This came reversed, though. Three of Swords. You're someone who heals. You have a healing energy anyway, okay, is what they're saying. You have a very healing energy. So not only are you able to heal yourself after you've been wounded, you don't need anyone to come in and patch you up, because you patch yourself up and keep it moving. But you have the ability to heal others, okay? And some of you know that you have this gift, and some of you don't. Some of you haven't tapped into it yet, right? Air signs. But some of you know exactly who you are. Most of you do, because we're highly intelligent, right? We know what we got, and we know how to use what we have. But being that these swords, you see, you've been hurt a lot in life. You've been... I feel even from a child, you've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations from a young age. And I feel like because you have experience in being hurt, you have been able to, you've learned, you're actually skilled in licking your own wounds. And, you know, I feel a lot of you, you didn't have the support of people to help you along the way. And a lot of times in your life, along the way, you had to push yourself. You had to be your own motivation. You had to you know, piece together your own broken heart. You had to do that yourself. And because you have done it so many times, you know, now you're skilled at it. So when you have situations that disappoint you, and things that are hurdles or obstacles, or people that come in and stab you in the back even, yes, it hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt you, but you're able to bounce back quicker than anybody else. That's what I'm saying. That's one of your biggest strengths. Now let's take a look at air signs, your weaknesses. Okay, what's some of your weaknesses, your biggest weaknesses? Because we all have strengths and weaknesses. The High Priestess. The fact that you have a strong intuition and you know it. I feel that this is something that you're very aware of. You're very much, air signs are very much, first of all, you're highly intelligent. So you're intellectual. You think outside the box, but also when it comes to spirituality, you have gifts. And a lot of you do not use the gifts that you are inclined with. So you, for example, you could have, your guides could tell you, listen, that friend in your circle, they're not really your friend. You need to leave them alone. But what will you do? You'll continue to have them around. You won't, you know, remove them from your energy. You'll keep dealing with them. Even in relationships, same thing. You will know. You'll get red flags. You'll get signs from the divine. And High Priestess is someone who is very much tapped in with the universe. Okay, so you have these gifts and you're tapped, but a lot of times your weakness is that you have these gifts, but you ignore your gifts. You ignore the signs that you receive, right? The signals. Yeah, you're very, you go off of your intuition a lot, but then a lot of times you don't. Like, you'll give people chance after chance and they'll continue to do the same thing over and over again. And deep down, you know that this person is no good for you, or this situation is no good for you. But one of your weaknesses is you have your gifts, but you choose to kind of, a lot of times, turn the other cheek when it comes to using the gifts. Tell me more, Spirit, about the High Priestess. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, which came reversed. Okay, Six of Wands. So what I'm getting with this is that for many of you, you play it small, even though, for example, you may know that you're able to succeed at something, right? You have something in your mind that you want to go after, and you know that you could do it, but you hold yourself back. You hold your own self back from winning, from your own victory in life. You hold yourself back because you're actually fearing, oh God, what if it really does happen? Then what? What do I do? Like, you know, you want the success. You're able to create success for yourself. But I feel that many of you, not all of you, many of you hold yourself back because you're actually scared that you will do this thing. You will be able to actually do the damn thing. And then you'll be like anxious on what do I do next? You know, like, you're your own worst enemy kind of thing when it comes to your own success in life. All right. And I had one last question, guys, and that was, what should you focus on during this new moon? What should you focus on? Because the new moon is Monday. Well, you have a lot of, in your life, you may have a lot of things that you're kind of juggling in your head. This is confusion. This is a card. This is the Seven of Cups, which represents confusion, being in like a mental fog because you have so many things in front of you, so many options. So one of the main things that you need to focus on during this new moon is really weighing out what is going to work for you at this time and what won't. And that includes people too. You know, who belongs in your circle, who doesn't. Narrowing it down. You know, if you have to write it out, write it down on paper. But definitely narrow down what's good for you, what's not, so that you're not so overwhelmed. Because I am getting a very overwhelmed air sign right now, okay? I love you guys. It's going to cut me completely off. See you soon. Later.